What happens if you stand up for your rights at work and then suddenly you find yourself out of a job because you've been terminated or punished for it? If you raise your rights at work, so you talk to your boss, for example, and you say, I'm concerned about safety at work. Things aren't safe physically, I feel in danger, or even I'm experiencing harassment, then you're protected from reprisal. Reprisal is basically retaliation, being punished for raising an issue or a concern about safety. It's also protected under the Human Rights Code. So if you raise any concern about your rights or the rights of somebody else, and then you are reprised against or retaliated against in any way, maybe that's a demotion, losing out on opportunities, or even a threat of reprisal. Like if you don't get better, you're going to lose your job. Things like that can all be reprisal or threat of reprisal. They are unlawful and you are protected by the law. However, beyond that, let's say all of a sudden you're, talking to your boss and you're starting to criticize them a little bit. They've been late a lot and you call it out, or they made a mistake on a report and you call it out, and then they fire you. So yes, that's retaliation. They're retaliating against you for something that you did or said, but you weren't claiming your rights under the Human Rights Code or the Ontario Health and Safety Act. So likely it won't amount to what's called reprisal and therefore unlawful. And what it instead shifts to is how much notice or pay in lieu of notice you are entitled to upon termination. The main takeaway here is that you can be terminated for pretty much any reason as long as it is not an unlawful reason, meaning you haven't raised your rights under a certain protected code or the Health and Safety Act. You haven't, tried to invoke anything. You haven't been discriminated against. The issue is that your boss doesn't like you. Your boss doesn't want you to be there anymore. Well, that's fine. They're entitled to fire you, but they have to pay you or give you notice, a substantial amount of notice. And most people get wrong how much notice they're entitled to. It's often much more than you think. So I really encourage you to always seek legal advice and contemplate your rights before you sign anything or agree to anything upon termination. I hope that helps. Follow along for more.